Hello you guys, welcome back to YouTube. I am a 1 week post show from winning my Texas Pro Show, and I am now the Texas Pro Bikini Champion. It is so surreal to say that, but today we are doing a Q&A. I put up a question box on my Instagram and got you guys to ask some questions. And so I'm gonna go through them today. The first question was, what was the hardest part of prep that people don't see? This one is a tough one because I did try to be super real on the YouTube and also on Instagram. I was trying to show as much of the raw stuff as I could, but honestly, the hunger that I dealt with this prep, because I obviously pushed myself the most that I ever have before, that was definitely the toughest part of this prep. Look, prep isn't for everyone, it is definitely difficult. It does teach you a lot. Obviously, this is where discipline and motivation, all this tough stuff comes into it. But really, like, prep is just consistency, and it honestly gets to a point that it's almost like boring. Like, it's the mundane things. It's the things that you do every single day on repetition. You know, you get up at a certain time, you do a check-in, you practice your posing, you go to the gym, you train, you do your cardio, you know, you're eating your meals on a certain schedule. It's just all the little things, you know, but overall, the hunger that I dealt with was definitely the toughest thing of this whole prep, but it was so worth it. And there's nothing that I would do to change this prep. I wouldn't do anything differently. So yeah, on to the next question. Did I ever feel like quitting during this prep? Now, this is super easily, yes, I did so many times. Obviously, you just doubt yourself, and self-doubt is crazy. And yeah, there were just so many times that I was saying to myself, like, I'm not going to be ready in time, or I'm not ready in general. Obviously, within, I knew that I really was. But yeah, you just go through moments where you really, really doubt yourself. And in those moments, I was ready to throw in the towel. Also, those moments that I was super hungry. Yeah, I think there was one weekend in particular that I remember. Yeah, it was rough and I was ready to quit. I was done. Like, I didn't actually physically do anything or eat anything off plan or do anything that like would jeopardize my prep, but like I was struggling. And actually, there's a photo. Let me show you guys this photo. This photo just sits in my camera roll, and like, it almost is just like a reminder of how difficult it was at a certain point. I found the photo. Okay, so this is on the 1st of March. So I would have been 21 days out, which is 3 weeks out. So 3 weeks out. This is so embarrassing. This is the photo. So I'm in bed with my salad, literally just having a cry. And I remember taking this photo because I was like, I knew that I'd look back at it and I'd be able to kind of like laugh it off in the moment. This was like horrific. But yeah, that just goes to show that, you know, and actually, to be fair, I did post that on my story. And I think I said something along the lines of like, you know, prep is challenging. And yeah, it's just so many hard phases, but it just makes the end reward so much sweeter. On to the next question. What was going through your head before stepping on stage? My head was mush, to be completely fair. I was actually keeping it together. I was really, really good. There's quite a few stages that you go through before you actually get to stage. So obviously there's the backstage area with all the mirrors, and that's where all your bags and stuff are, and the bathroom. So that's kind of where you chill, you rest, you do a bit of pump up, you're eating your food, etc. And then they give you a bit of a heads up. So when they say to me, you know, pro bikini, you guys are next, or we're taking, and it's usually like the category before my category gets taken, that's when I go to the bathroom. I have any last food that I need to get in. I kind of say goodbye to my phone, like I'm replying to people and saying, you know, like I'm on my way. And yeah, and then I put my phone down and I have I keep everything there. Now I'm still in thongs at this point because I could not put my shoes on until I was closer to, because my feet were getting so sweaty that I was literally slipping through my heels. So I finished in this area, and then you get taken to like another part side stage, and there's basically like 4 little points where you go backstage before you get to the side stage where you're about to go on. But now when I'm like backstage, I found a seat, I was sitting there, I actually took paper towels with me because I needed to pat down my feet before I put them in my shoes. So anyway, we continue, and then when you get to the side stage, I was pumping up, I was doing some kickbacks, some like RDL type of movements, and I'm running through my routine in my head, and I'm basically telling myself, calm, confident, calm and confident. A lot of people pose very quickly, but I am a very slow poser and I'm okay with that. I love it. I think that there was a difference of like elegance with the way that I pose because I'm also really slow, and I love it. So I'm not going to change it. That's me. That's my personality. It's my style. I'm basically running through my routine and trying to keep myself calm and composed, just doing some kickbacks again, trying to make sure my glutes stay as full as I can. Yeah, then just before I went to the other part, side stage, which is literally when you're about to get called on to go, I was chatting to the other girls. We're having a bit of a laugh. One of the girls was doing push-ups in her heels, and I was like, how the hell are you doing that? But anyway, it was all so much fun. And again, just trying to keep myself really calm and composed. And then I was just telling myself, like, I've worked so hard. This is now my time to showcase my hard work. And I just said to myself, let's dance, let's do it. So yeah, that's basically what goes through my head. I guess the whole part, and then going on stage. What this prep has taught me about myself. Wow, so much. There was actually a time last year that I didn't think I was ever going to prep again. I didn't think I was ever going to step on stage again. I actually thought I was done. Yeah, wow, this show taught me a lot. It really showed me that I can do anything that I set my mind to. And I know that sounds cliche, but truly, like, I have dreamt of this and I knew that I needed to fight for it. I knew that it was going to be difficult. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but yeah, it was worth it. So really it just gave me a boost of belief within myself, because I definitely doubted my ability to get here. But luckily I have amazing support in my corner. My beautiful coach, Asha, my amazing posing coach, Hannah, believed in me all the way. And yeah, even moments I doubted myself, I was actually messaging Hannah backstage and I said to her, like, I can't do it. Like, I'm going to forget all my routine, everything we worked so hard for. And she was like, you're absolutely fine. Like, you know it. You just need to go out there and shine. So thankfully we shined. But yeah, no, this prep definitely taught me a lot about myself, and I just need to back myself. I need to be my biggest cheerleader, and most of the time I am. Yeah, sometimes it is a little bit difficult. So it is really good to have amazing support around me. And of course, my beautiful partner, Norm, he was amazing. There were so many times that I said to him, you know, do I look good? Like, am I even lean? Are my glutes full? They feel flat? And yeah, he was obviously amazing. So definitely, what's that? Your vibe is your tribe or something. I don't know. There's so many different, you know, quotes about that, but it truly is so important who you choose to have around you. So yeah. Wow. These next few are going to make me a little bit emotional. But the exact moment I found out that I won, actually it gave me just goosebumps. Wow. I wish I could just sink in that feeling forever. I just remember when he called out my number and I actually had a bit of a blank, and then he said my first and last name, and yeah, just so surreal. And I remember just like flipping my head back, being like, I can't believe it. And then I locked eyes with Norm in the crowd, and I literally, like, I was, try not to cry. And then literally the feeling when they put this crown on my head for the first time, I had literally imagined that moment and this day for so long. And just that feeling where they were like adjusting my crown and putting it on my head. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like, trying not to cry right now. But I guess this kind of goes into the next question, what winning my first crown meant to me. And I have literally dreamt of this moment since I was 18, and I was following girls on Instagram, and my best friend actually sent me this message when I won. She sent me a message saying that we were sitting in the car, it was year 12, and I showed her all these bikini pros on Instagram. I said to her, I think one of them was Rachel Dillon, because she was a massive inspiration for me and the whole reason I started my journey. But I remember showing her these bikini pros, and I told her, I want to do that, I can do that, and I want to get a crown. And my best friend messaged me after the show just saying that this has literally been your childhood dream. And 8 years later, my second pro show, and I have her, and she's so gorgeous. And yeah, I am so happy. I'm literally still on cloud 9, and I'm just trying to really soak it up and enjoy it. It honestly means so much to me, because I have wanted this for the longest time, and I knew it was going to happen. I knew this is where I'm meant to be, and I knew that this was going to happen for me. I just wasn't sure when. But I honestly had the most incredible prep. I had the most incredible peak week. Everything was aligning so perfectly. My body was responding so well. I continued to drop. We were giving me more food. I was continuing to drop. I had a new low weight on show day morning, and then I weighed in again at lunchtime, had another new low, and then weighed in after the show, after I had won my crown, and I had a new low. So my body was responding so well. I just could not have changed any part of this journey, because it all fell so perfectly, and I'm just beyond grateful. And I'm so excited that I'm now a title holder and a crown holder. Yeah, I'm just so grateful. But the last question for this Q&A is definitely the most asked question that I've been getting the past week post show, but it is, do you have any future shows lined up? And I'm a little bit iffy to say anything just yet, but basically I'm first of all trying to just enjoy this win, soak this all up. It is still surreal, so just trying to let this sink a little bit deeper. I have requested feedback from the head judge in Texas, so I'm just waiting to hear back from that, and then that's going to really help determine my next move. But potentially the Gold Coast show in 5 weeks time, potentially Bali, which is 2 weeks after that, so 7 weeks time, and then who knows, maybe a few more shows this year. I'm not really sure, so nothing is solidified just yet, but that is kind of what I'm doing. Obviously I'm still dieting. I loved the look and the package that I brought to stage. I was so happy. I do know that I have so much more to give, and that was the best that you have seen me to date, but I do know that it's just going to get better from here. So I'm really excited, and I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. Thank you so much for the support and enjoying to watch the journey. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.